today I'm going to be doing a minimal makeup routine for you, and I've actually been really poorly recently and haven't really been bothered with makeup at all. I've also been sounding very croaky and very much like a man most of the time when I speak, so if you're hearing that right now, I wholeheartedly apologise. Over the past couple of weeks makeup hasn't exactly been my priority. I've just been trying to like muscle along with like work, and then the only time I really put on a full face of makeup was for Fashion Week. But I'm actually just going to run you through kind of the products that I used today that stop me looking like a complete zombie and terrifying people. So I'm going to run you through my minimal makeup routine, and hopefully the sound of my snotty, disgusting voice doesn't annoy you too much. So I've done my skincare routine, and I'm going to start off with my base, which is going to be the Dior Nude Skin BB Cream. That's what it's called. I got it right. This is shade 2, which is a really good match for me, and I just take a pump, and one pump really does, like, it looks tiny, but one pump really just does do everything, and I just dot it kind of on these 3 parts of my face and use any excess on my chin. And I just like to blend it in with my fingers just because it just gives the nicest finish and coverage with fingers, which is unlike anything I've ever used before. Most things that I use just don't look very good when you apply it with your fingers, but this looks amazing. And despite being a BB cream, this actually has really good coverage, so a lot of the time I don't need to use concealer when I use this, which I love, just because it makes my life so much easier, and the coverage is really just beautiful. I love it. So that is my base done, and next I'm going to move on to concealing my under eyes, and actually they're looking pretty good today because I had about 10 hours sleep last night, but for the past couple of weeks they have been looking quite horrendous. So this has been my saviour, and this is the Estee Lauder Double Wear Brush on Glow BB Highlighter. Longest name ever, I'm pretty sure there's a little bit after that as well, but this just takes a couple of clicks, and I think I did a couple too many clicks there. Whoa. So I'm just dotting that kind of around my eye area, and looking like a bit of a weirdo at the moment, but I'm just going to take my Zoeva 110 face shaping brush, which is just like a really small buffing brush, but I like to use it under my eyes. I'm just going to blend that in and kind of in a kind of V shape around here, because I find it just really helps to brighten and lifts any dark circles that I may have, which is a lot most of the time. It's a Saturday morning right now. It's probably the only day of the week when I don't have horrendous dark circles, because I'm not video editing, I'm not working, I'm not doing anything on a Friday night. I just sleep. I love sleep. Oh, the postman's here. I think it's my River Island coat that I'm getting for my birthday. Woo! Next I'm going to be using the NARS Creamy Concealer, Radiant Creamy Concealer in the shade Custard, and I'm just going to be using this where I've got some really, really nasty spots. So here, there's one there. That one didn't really need concealing too much, but yeah, there are some nasty ones on my face right now. I don't have a brush small enough to actually blend this in, so I'm just going to do it with my fingers and go over with a bigger brush, kind of once it's been patted down. Oh god, this spot on my nose. Oh my god, it hurts so much. I'm just going to do the other side just so my nostrils look evenly covered. Oh my god. And I've definitely just wiped my gross little nose and wiped half the concealer away, so that's good. I really should have powdered. Note to self, powder your nose. Next I'm going to be using the Bobbi Brow Kit. I'm just going to be using the light grey shade just to fill in my eyebrows a tiny bit. A lot of the time I wasn't bothering with brows at all, but just for like the past couple of days I've just been filling them in a tiny bit because they've been looking a little bit scraggly recently, so I just wanted to sort them out a tad. Especially the tail. The tail is just needs a little bit of work. I'm not being overly precise here, it's like a light grey, so it just kind of blends in with my eyebrows. My face in the viewfinder right now, I look like I've got serious scouse brow. I really hope this is not the case when I come to edit this video, because they look fine in real life. I'm telling you now, they look fine. Total eyebrow denial. Next I'm going to be doing some bronzing. I'm going to be using the Maybelline Dream Sun. I'm kind of warming to the bronzer on this, I really am. I've used it a couple of times this week and I actually really like it. I'm just using the Clinique blush brush, and this is just the most appropriately shaped brush that is close to me, so I'm just using that. And I'm just gonna warm up my face a little bit. So that's bronzer done. I've just put it kind of along my temples, around my cheekbone here, and then down my neck and a little bit on my nose, and I'm actually really ridiculously warming to that bronzer. At first I really didn't like it, and now I'm really starting to like it. And next I'm going to use a tiny bit of blush just to bring a little bit of life into my cheeks, and I'm going to be using the Rimmel blush in Santa Rose. This looks very different now in stores, they've changed the packaging, but I'm pretty sure the colour's still the same and it's still really lovely. I'm just going to dust a tiny bit of this on, and this is I think my favourite blush of all time. It just is so gorgeous and natural, and I just really like it. Now if you wanted to at this stage you could go in with mascara, but I'm not really going to bother with anything on the eyes apart from the Rimmel Scandalise waterproof liner. This is the shade 005 Nude, and it's just a really lovely, really long lasting, oh, Nala is trying to get in. It's a really lovely, really long lasting nude pencil, yes, that's the word, Susie. I'm just going to use this in my waterline, and this has just been really handy for nights when I haven't had too much sleep and I'm really tired, my eyes are really red and sore and disgusting. Yeah, it's my saviour. And then I'm going to give my lips a little bit of TLC, and I haven't really been bothering with lipstick too much on the days that I've been feeling crap, but the Nuxe Miel lip balm always goes on. I love this stuff. I use it every day. I'm just going to pop that on. I think in my last favourites video I mentioned how much I've been loving these MAC lip liners. I've got Boldly Bare and What Comes Naturally, and I've mentioned like the routine that I had of using the combination together in my last favourites video. I think it was that video, and a lot of you said that you really like to see it, so I thought that I'd just pop it in this video today because I have actually been doing this week, just because when I'm ill my lips get really incredibly pale and lose any form of moisture, colour, anything like that. So I've kind of been using these to make it look like they're not shriveled beans. My lips aren't the shape of beans, I don't know, shriveled up, just completely disgustingly shriveled up. So what I do is I take What Comes Naturally, which I think is a limited edition one, but there are definitely very similar ones to this still available in MAC, and I just take this along my cupid's bow and up a little bit, and then just press it in. And I do this because otherwise my lip line and skin just tend to merge into one, and they can kind of look a bit weirdly coloured, and it just looks like I've got smudged lipstick. Even if I've just got lip balm on, it just looks weird. So I've just been doing this just to define the shape of my lip, and then I've been taking Boldly Bare, which is a kind of browny nude colour, and just penciling in that line, just so it looks like I actually have lips. And I've just sharpened this, so I've got a really harsh line today, but it's normally a lot softer. And I just smudge it in and do the same with the bottom. Smudge it in, smudge it in. And then to finish off with my skin, I've just been taking my Tarte foundation brush and literally just blending everything all together just to make sure everything looks really natural. And I think I was a bit tired on the morning that I started doing this, and I just wanted to rub my face with something and found that this felt really nice and looked really nice, and just carried on doing it because I quite like it. And that is it. Some days I've been curling my eyelashes and just leaving them curled, and some days I've been applying mascara as well. But for the most part this has been my makeup that I've been wearing to work and just literally piling on before I walk out the door, just to make sure I don't look dead. Obviously I don't use this every day. Sometimes if I'm really sick I just don't do anything at all, but for some days where you have meetings or an event on and you just don't want to look like you're bringing the plague, this makeup routine just works really nicely, and I've really been loving this recently. If you like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you are new, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!